Hello everyone, it's Sunday again and today we are down at Cleveland. We decided we'd come down to Cleveland and have some fish and chips at the Fish and Chippery at the Lighthouse restaurant and then take the bikes out for a little bike ride. So the tide is in, as you can see. So just have a look at the menu and see what is on offer.
Put it all in one big box, so I had to ask for an extra box so we could split it up. And they've run out of knives and forks, so I'm going to have to get them from the restaurant.
So Alison has got her snapper, wild caught, with some chips. And I've got whiting. I must admit that is a big portion of whiting, 4 pieces, and a whole heap of chips. Glad we didn't get salad with it as well.
They also have locally caught mackerel. So I was like that about the mackerel because I absolutely love mackerel. Just fried, just grilled mackerel. It's beautiful. And I have looked for that in the shops, in the fish shops, loads of times. And I've never come across it, so I think next time I come I might have the mackerel. I remember, gosh, well over 30 years ago, friends of mine, Rod and Jonathan, came back from, I think it was somewhere like Holland or Belgium, and they served aioli, garlic mayonnaise with their chips. And I remember Gaynor and I, my sister, we were absolutely horrified that you would serve mayonnaise with chips. We just thought that is just disgusting. It's salt and vinegar, as everybody knows. Anyway, of course, that's now the world over. Everybody has aioli with their chips. But in Australia, they never give you proper malt vinegar with the chips. You get white vinegar, which, as Robert said, is what you clean your bathroom with. And I'm afraid, Australia, you've just got it wrong. This is not one that is going to take the world by storm. It's malt vinegar with the chips. Isn't that right, Robert?
Yes, brown vinegar, absolutely.
Yeah, so white vinegar, no. And it's no, never going to get used to it. See you later.
After quite a bit of messing around, because we haven't done this for a while, I think we're finally ready now. So Alison's going to take her new bicycle on its inaugural trip. Here is her bicycle, Merida Crossway, and we've got a few little gadgets on there, like the phone cases, and I've got a GoPro strapped on mine. We've not actually left the car park as such yet, but the Lighthouse at Cleveland is at the edge of the car park, and there's a story behind this. So this is the lighthouse behind me. The lighthouse was built around 1865. It's hexagonal and was experimental in its day. It was originally on the tip of Cleveland Point. It was decommissioned in 1975 and moved to its present place in 1976. Now we're up on the road out to Raby Bay. And I hope you can get this in. We've come across the Queensland's oldest banyan tree. So it's one of the fig family. The banyan has a remarkable aerial root system, distinguishes it from the Moreton Bay fig trees growing nearby. This is the tree in question. Marvellous root system. Banyan tree. I wondered what they were called. We're a little bit further down the road now, and Alison's now getting used to her new bike. She's got the hang of the gears, looking very steady and stable on it. And giving us a wave. There you go. That's a bit confident, isn't it? And cocky. This is Raby Bay that we've come to. We're continuing on now down to the harbour and the park, actually, where we got married. We'll go and have a look at it. I don't think we've been back since we got married, so we'll go and see what's happening down there. And this is where we got married. Well, sort of where we got married anyway. So over, and we'll go there in a minute, over at the courtyard covered area over there. Well, as I said, we'll go back there in a minute. But then we had our reception at the restaurant here behind me, the Gnocchi. They're closed at the moment. And then we went for we hired a catamaran and went over to Peel Island to do a bit of swimming. The kids went onto the island on the boat, came back, and then we had an evening drinks and some nibbles and snacks at the restaurant right in front of me, which is called Fiction.
They sectioned off an area for us?
Yeah, they did section off an area actually, and I think it was this area. I'm trying to remember now.
Slightly
changed. It was either this area here, right in front, sort of like there, or, and I have a feeling, it was possibly this area over here, where the fence is, there, and that section area.
So we had all lights, and it was all sectioned off for us. I think it was outside, looking at the boats with all the lights on. Beautiful.
Yes, it was lovely. It's a lovely place, Raby Bay.
Nice to come back.
Oh yes, as just said to Alison, it's good to see. I mean, it's not been that long since we get married. We've only been married for what, this is our 5th year. But everything that's happened in between time with the COVID and businesses going out, it's nice to see that the businesses that were here are still here and have managed to survive it. Yeah,
it's lovely.
Good. And this is the piazza covered area. Not sure quite what you call it, where we got married. We did it all ourselves. We were running a little business doing events at that time. We did this all ourselves. I'll find some photographs and I'll post them in either in with this commentary or at the end, or I'll find some way to post them anyway. But if we look here, this area here is where we had all the chairs. So all the chairs were set out here, and Alison walked in from the back here along a carpet, and then at the end here, round here, we had a big arch, and that is where the ceremony took place. And over by that bench, just over here, over by the bench, just in front of the bench here, we had a table set up where we did the signing. Now, just over here as well, we had some large tables set up, and we had some eskies with some drinks. And after we'd done all the signing, or while we were doing the signing, the guests went over there and had some drinks, and then we walked just up where we've just come from actually, but we walked just up here along this path here to there where the restaurant is, where we had the reception. In the meantime, we can laugh about this now, hey? So also in the meantime, while the guests were having drinks, or after we've had some drinks and we had some photographs, what we did then was we had a big van that we'd hired, which is in the car park. We actually removed all the tables, all the chairs, all the coverings and everything, and put them in the back of the van. Now, we'd also done the decoration in the restaurant as well, and after the reception and before we went out on the boat, what we did was we actually took all the decorations down from the restaurant, put those in the back of the van as well. It's a big van. And then just over here, down at the jetty town here, this is where we got the catamaran from, and outside the catamaran we had a big chest with a lock on it, so when the guests arrived they threw all their swimmers and towels and everything else for the day. They threw them in there and locked it up again. Everybody was given the combination so they knew how to get in and lock it up again. And then after that we all got our stuff and the beers and the wines and everything, and we got on the catamaran and went over to Peel Island. So, and then when we came back,
cheese and biscuits, and we had nibblies as well.
We did.
On the catamaran.
And then when we came back, we threw those all in the back of the van as well.
Yeah.
And we stayed locally. We stayed in the hotel locally. So on the day after our wedding, we had to drive the van back and empty it, and then take it back to the hire company. We set up a bit late today, but we've done the bike ride down to Raby Bay. We decided that we would turn around and go back because the time is getting on. But on the way, we're taking a little bit of a detour down to the beaches. Have a look at the beach. We've come down Masthead Drive and we've arrived at well, one of the beaches anyway. There's a few little beaches around here, so end of the road. And there are a few people in the water swimming today. There's a guy fishing. I don't know whether we can pick this up, especially on the GoPro camera, because he sort of doesn't pick up things a long way away too good. But there is a chap out here fishing, and he's stood in the water, and I don't know if you can tell, he's a long way out, and he's still only up to, well, he's not even up to his waist, so it's obviously very shallow out there. But a beautiful day for the kids to be out on the beach and swimming. We're back at the car now. We did want to try and have an ice cream on the way, but unfortunately they didn't have any dairy free for Alison. So we're back to the car, we'll pack up and we'll head off home. And even though it's a bit shorter than we thought, it was still lovely. It's always lovely to get out in the open air, just get have some lunch, get some fresh air, a bit of exercise. Actually, it ticks all the boxes when you think about it. It just wasn't as long as we would originally planned.
Yes, and to go to, it's like going to a holiday resort. So for us, you can pretty much go to a holiday resort every weekend. It's beautiful. True. And then seeing all those millionaire yachts and things.
Yeah. All right, let's head off back.
Bye.